There's nothing quite like the modern day contact centre, is there? In fact, when it comes to corporate environments, it's possibly one of the most challenging, but also one of the most rewarding. Think about it. What does it take to talk to 40 to 100 people per day and show up on each and every call for a whole range of customers in a way that makes them feel like they're the most important person in the world? When I first came across the pretty amazing work of Dr. Adam Fraser and Deakin University on the concept of the third space, I was struck by how relevant this was to the contact centre. The concept of the third space is it's not what we do on a task that matters, it's what we do in the transitional gaps between tasks that will maximise our performance. Dr. Fraser and I went on to collaborate to develop a training course specific to the contact centre industry in this concept of what we call behavioural agility. The ability to reflect, to rest and reset in between calls in the contact centre to show up in the right frame of mind for each and every customer. To tell you more about our behavioural agility course for contact centres, I'm very pleased to welcome Dr. Adam Fraser.
In my research, we've been looking at people who have to be very agile in their jobs. We've been studying surgeons, palliative care workers, salespeople, special forces soldiers, and even tennis players. And throughout all these different roles, we've found a common thread of success, and that is their ability to transition from one thing to another. So for example, with tennis players, what we found is it wasn't what they did during the point that mattered, it was what they did in between the points. So the most successful tennis players could lose a point, get over it real fast, compose themselves, and then move into the next point with focus and optimism. So when we've applied our research to the contact centre space, what we're doing is teaching contact centre employees to rapidly transition from one call to another, no matter how challenging those calls are. Now, this program is divided into three main steps. The first step is reflect, and this is the ability to reflect on the previous call. Now, if it has been a really challenging call, how do you explain that in a way that you don't carry that baggage forward and it ruins your day or ruins your ability to give good service? But likewise, if it was a great call, how do you reflect on that so it juices you up, it motivates you to give better service? That's the first phase, reflect. The second phase is called rest. And this is where we use that gap in between calls to come back to the present moment. And this is about managing attention and calming down our brain. One of the things is that our attention drifts off during the day, which creates anxiety and we get distracted. What this phase is about is coming back to being present and controlling your attention. Now the third phase is called reset, and this is all about how do we reset our mindset to give good service in that next call. And specifically what we talk about is how do we align intention with behaviour? Because every contact centre employee on the planet has a great intention to give good service, but is their behaviour matched to that? Does their behaviour match that intention? Over the last 20 years, I've been an educator in various forums. I've lectured at universities, I've run training courses in organisations. And what I know is having good content is not good enough. Like, that's a given, but it's also about the process. How do you engage people so that the content gets embedded in their DNA? And one of the things we do in this training course is use various mediums to embed these messages, whether it's through story, whether it's role play, whether it's sticky language. One of the things we also do is hook people up to a machine that shows them their physiology, and we teach them real time how to calm themselves down in between calls. Now, one of the other things we do is work with team leaders. It's about equipping team leaders and empowering them to use this process to coach their team members when they're having challenging calls, when they're having a tough day. Now, in terms of this program, we know that it has a business outcome. We've done the research and we know that it improves the quality of service that people have in that next call. But it's broader than that, it's bigger than that. So this program is not just about giving better service. It's about resilience, it's about well-being, and most importantly, it's about keeping your staff in the contact centre. So I look forward to seeing you in the program.